an illegal revocation?
The governor of Meru, through a letter dated 8th March 2024.
Honorable the Senator, the letter appears at page 1 of that volume. Yes. Proceed.
The governor of Meru County, through a letter dated 8th March 2024, wrote to the Secretary Public Service Board revoking, the reference is revocation of your appointment as the Secretary stroke CEO, Meru County Public Service Board.
So, are you, why are you calling it illegal revocation? Was the right procedure followed in her, the revocation of the appointment?
I'm calling it an illegal revocation because the appointment of the CEO of the Public Service Board can only be revoked or can only be revoked with a vote of not less than 75% of all the members of the County Assembly of Meru.
Was this process subjected to the County Assembly?
No.
Honorable Senators, kindly again refer with me to volume 3. It's a green bundle that appears like this. And you turn with me to page 51. It's a bundle that contains the laws applicable. In this case, honorable members will be relying on section 58, subsection 5. That is page 51 of this bundle, volume 3. Yes, what does that provision say?
Provision number 5 for the County Government of the County Government Act says the members of the board may be removed from office A on grounds set out for the removal of members of a constitutional commission under the Article 251(1) of the Constitution, and B, by a vote of not less than 75% of all the members of the County Assembly.
Is that therefore the violation that the County Assembly is aggrieved of?
Yes.
Was the Constitution under Article 51 followed in our removal?
No.
251, Honorable Senators, it's at page 28 of the same bundle. Did Governor Kawira follow the provisions of Article 251 of the Constitution?
No.
Does that therefore amount to a violation of the Constitution and any other written law?
Yes.
Were the grounds under Article 51 met?
No, they were not met.
You have seen the governor's evidence and response indicating that she revoked her pursuant to an advisory by her legal advisor, yes?
Yes.
Does an advisory by a legal advisor supersede the provisions of the law?
No.
You have made an application before this Senate this morning to summon the said legal advisor, yes?
Yes.
Is it your testimony that the documents that we raised in the morning amounts to a forgery?
Yes.
Have you called a witness to testify to that effect through the summoning by the Senate?
Yes.
Did the County Assembly take any action in that respect?
The County Assembly has taken the action of changing the governor or putting the governor to task because of this illegal revocation. And I remember we came here again with the same issues.
What were the reasons contained in the said letter? What were the reasons for her revocation?
The reasons for the revocation are that the secretary or the CEO did not seek the leave of absence through the right process. And again, the reasons
yes, you're referring to page 1 of the said volume?
On page 1, sorry,
Three.
Honorable Chair and Honorable
Two.
members, I'm sorry for that mishap. But I am noting that the reason for the governor revoking this appointment is found on page 1 of
Yes.
volume 2.
In summary, please.
In summary, it is said that the officer did not, I can read, let me read, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators, for.
Yes, please do.
Let me read
Briefly, just
the
the
letter,
relevant page.
the second paragraph, page 1 of volume 2. It has now been brought to my attention that apparently you did not relinquish your position in the county public service before assuming this role in your appointments. The County Government Act expressly disqualifies state officers and public officers from the positions created under Section 58(1) of the Act. Being a public officer, you are thus disqualified from the position of the Secretary to the board.
Were there other subsequent advisories from any other constitutional organ in that respect?
Yes,
Do you have that evidence before the Senate? And if yes, lead us to the page.
page 2 of volume 2, page 2 of the same volume 2,
Would you kindly identify that letter?
the advisory on revocation of the appointment for Ms. Virginia Kawira Mireti.
From whom is it?
It is from the chairman of the Meru County Public Service Board,
Who is the recipient or the addressee of that letter?
Our Excellency Honorable Bishop Kawira Mwangasa,
When is
the
it-
Governor Meru County.
When is it dated?
It is dated 12 March 2024.
What is the advisory in conclusion?
In conclusion, it's on page 3 of volume 2, the last paragraph. In conclusion, it is the board's considered opinion that your letter dated 8 March 2024 to Ms. Virginia Kawira Mireti revoking her appointment as the Secretary/CEO of the Meru County Public Service Board is not legally binding, as the officer is duly appointed as per the existing laws.
Thank you. Did the governor respond to that letter?
Yes,
Do you have evidence before the Senate? And if yes, kindly lead us to the same.
page 4
Yes?
of the same document, that is volume 2,
Yes?
page 4, the governor writes back,
Yes.
writes back
Who
to
is
the,
writing back?
the governor.
Yes.
The governor writes back,
When is the date of the letter?
12 March 2024.
And who is Julius Kianga Mitu?
Julius Kainga is the chairman, Meru County Public Service Board.
Is he the recipient of that letter?
Yes,
Who is the author of the letter?
the author of the letter on page 6 of the same bundle, that is volume 2, is Our Excellency Bishop Kawira Mwangasa, Governor Meru County.
Would you kindly read the conclusion?
On page 5 of the same volume, the last paragraph, in conclusion, Ms. Virginia Kawira Mireti failed to resign as a public officer before taking the position of the Secretary of the County Public Service Board, despite promising to appointment amounts to an irregularity and as such, I have revoked the same to cure and correct this irregularity.
Between the governor and the county assembly, who was supposed to make a finding of whether the process was illegal or not?
The County Assembly.
Thank you. Do you have any other advisory in that respect? And if yes, kindly lead us to the page that contains the same.
Yes, there was another advisory on the same
From whom?
from the Public Service Commission,
When is it dated?
16th February 2023.
Who is addressed on that letter?
The letter is addressed to the then acting chief officer, public service and administration, Department of Legal Affairs, Public Service and Management, County Government of Meru.
What is the content of the letter?
Advisory on leave of absence for serving county public officers wishing to take contract as county chief officers.
What did the commission say in respect to leave of absence? Is a person who is on leave of absence deemed to be holding 2 jobs at the same time?
No.
Would you kindly read the conclusion to that letter?
The conclusion on page 8 of the same document, that is volume 2, reads, please note that care must be taken to ensure that leave of absence is only granted for employees that take up contractual positions that are not within the staff establishment of the county. Leave of absence may be therefore applicable to employees appointed to positions of the county secretary, members of county executive committee, chief officer, personal staff of the governor, and members of the county public service board and the county assembly service board or other contractual appointments in other bodies outside the county public service to which an officer cannot be seconded or transferred.
So is it your evidence, therefore, that the said Virginia had qualified for leave of absence?
Yes.
And what circumstances is she holding the current position? Is she permanent and pensionable, or she's on contractual basis?
Virginia Kawira is on a contract of 6 years as required by the law.
Have you lined up her as a witness before this assembly?
Yes.
And did the governor, you have evidence that the governor never heeded to that advice, yes?
Yes.
What did she do therein after?
The aggrieved person, that is Virginia Kawira Miret, went to court.
Yes.
And she is in the office courtesy of a court order.
Do you have that evidence before the assembly? And if yes,
it is on page 9.
Is that a copy of the court order?
Yes.
And you have the court pleadings before the Senate to prove your case? Yes?
Yes.
And you wish to tender them as evidence before this assembly?
Yes.
In summary, in respect to that particular ground, was the revocation lawful?
It wasn't.
Did it violate the Constitution?
It violated the Constitution.
Did it violate Section 58, subsection 4 and 5 and Section 59A of the County Government Act?
Yes.
Did it violate Article 251 of the Constitution?
Yes.
Is that a ground under Article 181 and Section 33 of the removal of a governor?
Yes.
Thank you. Let's go to the next point. Failing to appoint the chairpersons of Meru County Revenue and Board and Meru Microfinance. But before we go to that, has this revocation appointed the revocation of CPA Virginia Kawira Mwangaza, Kawira, affected service delivery in Meru County?
Yes.
In which way has it affected service delivery?
It has affected service delivery in Meru County because the county executive has really, in many times, usurped the powers of the Meru County Public Service Board, and because of that, then the Meru County Public Service is not running well.
Thank you. Does this conduct of the governor promote confidence in our office?
No.
Does it promote good governance?
No.
Is it does she exhibit accountability to the people of Meru County?
No.
Does she respect the sovereignty of the people when she goes on and ignore the performance of the county assembly? Does she uphold the sovereignty of the people as enshrined under Article 1 of the Constitution?
No.
Does it violate the provisions of Article 73 of the Constitution under the Leadership and Integrity Act?
Yes.
Thank you. Let's proceed to issue number 2. You say that you must be removed from office, and you crave to this assembly to do so for having failed to appoint the chairpersons of the Meru County Revenue Board, Meru Microfinance Corporation, Meru Youth Service Board, and Meru County Investment and Development Corporations, as required by the law, thus failing to operationalize the said boards, and or illegally appointing the chairperson